one of the best in the business. In his 8 years in the National Football League, he's made the Pro Bowl 7 times. 7 for 8's good. And he's a first-team All-Pro twice, the pride of Bellevue, Washington, and the University of Washington, and bringing the noise in the secondary for the Arizona Cardinals, entering his 9th year. Budda Baker back on the program. How you doing, Budda? Good to see you.
Hey, how you doing, Rich? Good to talk to you.
I think I covered it all right there in your introduction. Hey, did the Seahawks ever knock on your door pre-draft, Budda?
I talked to Coach Pete for a little bit.
Okay.
And good guy.
I don't know. Did I touch on something there? I don't know. Because I imagine, listen, obviously everything's great for you in the desert. But did you dream of playing for the Seahawks growing up?
Growing up, I was a big soccer player growing up, and then kind of team colors. So growing up, I was a big Baltimore Ravens guy.
Okay.
Ed Reed fan, and
makes sense.
Yeah. So also Pittsburgh Steelers, those guys, Troy Polamalu. I was a big guy that liked players when I grew up.
Have you ever been able to pick their brains as a professional, Ed and Troy? You ever cross paths with them, Budda?
I actually just met Troy on a FaceTime actually with Ryan Clark a few months ago. So that was always that was special to meet him. And growing up in Bellevue, Washington, I was watching the Legion of Boom at the time, and Earl Thomas, Cam Chancellor, Richard Sherman, Browner, Maxwell, a lot of those guys. When I was in high school, I was watching them 30 minutes away. So growing up, I had the opportunity to train with Bobby Wagner and KJ Wright at the time. So those were kind of my big bros when I was in high school that I kind of looked up to.
Now you're an OG yourself, huh? Right?
Yeah, exactly. How time flies.
Right? I mean, and that's your role in many ways. Certainly for this team. That's for darn sure, right?
Yeah, exactly. I'm like you said, I'm heading into year 9. Flew by. I'm still in my 20s, so they calling me Unc and stuff. Agree to be a little bit. It's all fun and games, but when we're on the football field, I would like to think that I play a little younger.
You don't have any gray in that beard. I don't see any gray in that.
No gray in the beard yet.
Okay, yeah. No, I've got that I have for sure. So how are you? I guess approaching your role on this team, entering your 9th season.
Yeah, I mean, number one thing is make sure I control what I can control. And that's, being the best person, best player that I can be on the football field. And then also bringing in the young guys and communicating to them about little different, intricate details that I can explain to them on the field or off the field, watching film, developing that camaraderie as a team and as a defense, especially going out to dinners and just getting to know your player personnel, getting to know all the guys. And, that's what I've kind of been doing.
And I'm just going to take this crack here. I don't have his career open here, but did you cross paths with Calais before, or was he gone by the time you got there?
He was gone by the time I got here. I think he was his last year was 2016, I believe, and I came in 2017. So I missed him by a year, but when we played, Baltimore at the time or even Miami last year, I was able to talk to him a little bit and great guy.
So if they call you Unc, they must be calling him Grandpa, right?
Yeah. They call him Gramps,
so do they really? I was just kidding.
No, I mean, they call him Unc. I mean, he's big bro Unc, all the names, he's been playing in the league, 17, 18 years.
Unreal.
Whatever name you want, that's what you can have.
Well, I mean, and what a guy to have in the locker room and obviously up front and being a leader at that in that area of the defense. Jonathan Gannon now has a couple of years there. What has he sold that's been bought, Budda?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, just everything that he communicates. He's great at communicating to the fellas on what we need to do, how detailed we need to be throughout each and every day, each and every week, knowing our game plan and knowing the things that we have to do in order to win. We talk about winning the double positive, which is explosives and turnovers and things like that. Just he does a great job of having everybody understand what our job is and what we have to do to win the game week in and week out.
Yeah, and there's an enthusiasm too, right? Like it jumped off the screen when I was zooming with him before your
Yeah.
game against the Rams last year, and then just seeing him on the sideline, just personally eyeballing it. There's an enthusiasm that I think I got the sense of was infectious with your team.
Yeah, most definitely. Just the energy that he comes out
Right.
with each and every day. That's just how JG is. And we're definitely blessed to have him here and continue to grow as a coach, continue to us, grow as a team that's underneath him. And just most definitely the number one thing in this league is to win. And that's our number one goal this year.
So speaking of growing, word is Marvin Harrison Jr. has shown up more of a grown man, and obviously, I mean that in only the best way. That he looks bigger. He's put more on the frame.
Yeah.
What can you tell me about him?
Yeah, like you said, he looks bigger. Of course, he's gained maybe 15 to 20 pounds, hasn't lost his explosiveness. Still is very fast, can get in and out of his breaks. I think he's going to be breaking more tackles, and he's doing a great job. He's continued to do a great job, and he's a very hard worker. He's at practice early, getting catches in. He's staying late after practice, getting more catches in. So just a guy to be in his second year to already be at a pro level is definitely something special.
Do you take him aside at any point in time last year or in the spring, summer to just sort of check under that hood there? Is an OG on this team, knowing how difficult it is, despite how terrific he was in the Big Ten at the Ohio State and adjusting? Do you take him aside? Did you last year? Budda?
I talked to him a little bit last year. I always kind of try to talk to him and all the guys, honestly, just getting to know them outside of football, but also if any questions they have on the defensive side or something that I can help them with, to ask as many questions as you want. And he's grown up the right way. He's a great young man. He's only going to continue to be better, and he has a great head on his shoulders. So with Marvin, you don't really have to say much to him because he's kind of grew up in football and understands everything from his father. So with him, he's got it.
Yeah, he's got his father's name and he's got a big game, and like his dad, he doesn't say much, does he?
Yeah. Not a big talker, just one of those guys that lead by example. Watch how he works, watch how he comes into the building early and stays late. And, he's already doing all the things that a pro should be doing. And the sky's the limit for him.
How's Kyler changed from his rookie year to now, Budda?
Oh, just the communication, Kyler's another guy at the time who was a big lead by example guy at his rookie year. But as the years has gone by, he's definitely been more, talking to the players and talking to each and every guy and getting to know guys. And, that's how everyone is kind of, getting into this league, just understanding it. You want to work by example, take it, one day at a time. And for him, he's entering year 7 and very excited for him. Like I said, with K1, sky's the limit for him. He's, developing, the camaraderie and all that type of stuff, taking the guys out, the receivers or the whole offense out to many trips and working football, working out together, just that overall camaraderie as teammates it makes you want to play harder for each other because, at that point we're brothers.
So you and him go to dinner. Who picks up the check?
Of course, K1 picks up the check,
Because he's the quarterback and he's got quarterback money. Is that what you're saying?
Quarterback. Yeah, you got to pick up the check. It's quarterback.
Okay, just want to make sure he doesn't do like that Geico commercial. He doesn't do one of those.
No. He'll definitely pick up the check.
Okay, good to know. I always shoot you straight, Budda, and that's one of the many reasons why I like to talk with you. Not a lot of people talk about the Arizona Cardinals.
Yeah.
Does that bother you?
No, not at all.
Why?
Not at
Why?
Because at the end of the day, anybody can talk about anybody, but it's what you do, what you put on film, what you put on tape week in and week out is what truly matters. So, the conversations and, the predictions and the AI predictions and all that doesn't mean anything at the end of the day, because when that ball is kicked off, whatever it is, September 8th, 9th, 10th, whatever it is, that's when it truly shows who is who. And, for us, we just continue to try and work and take it one day at a time, 1 week at a time. We got a last preseason game going against the Raiders. Got a lot of guys excited to play the game, young guys getting better, continuing to have that opportunity to play good football and put it on tape. And after this game, we got week 1 in New Orleans, and, we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, you don't take it as a sign of disrespect, is what you're saying.
No, not at all.
Okay.
Not at all. At the end of the day, I grew up kind of just an underdog. So at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter until you put it on tape. I always like to say, this is what I tell the guys, women lie, men lie, but the film, the eye in the sky doesn't lie. And that's the number one thing. So when you watch that tape, when you put on the tape,
yes,
week 1, we'll see what's on the table.
Well, walk me through your helmet and heart and chest when you're going to be in that tunnel in the Superdome for year 9 before you're getting to go out there for a new fresh season. What's going to be coursing through the veins?
For me, it's just going to be, very energetic, very happy, very blessed, just excited to just play the game that I love. At the end of the day, I have a tattoo on my arm that says each day is not promised. So, if we can live our days one day at a time and, take the most that we can, that's all that matters. So right now, week 1 isn't really on my mind. It's all about the Raiders right now, helping the young guys, and just got done with our walkthroughs and going through those communications. And when that time comes, the time will come. So
did you go through the walkthrough for yourself of not playing, Budda?
I was on a scout team,
okay.
Playing a running back.
All right. Okay. But I'm just wondering, but you're not playing, right? In the final preseason game?
No.
Okay.
I don't.
Yeah, we don't do that sort of thing. Come on
we'll
now.
Never know, though.
No. I don't want to listen. I don't want to get in any trouble. But listen, you're year 9. You just you sit back. You just you do your thing. You get ready. You be the leader. You root on these guys who are trying to get that 53rd spot, if that's what they're going for. You know what that means. It means everything for those guys and your teammates. This is it. So I love watching you play. I love watching you go about your business, and best of luck. Look for my calls throughout the season, as always, Budda.
Thank you. Great to talk to you again, Rich, and very excited for the season. Go Cards.
Okay, Budda Baker, right here on the Rich Eisen Show of the Arizona Cardinals. Fun stuff. Catch the Rich Eisen Show live weekdays from 12 to 3 p.m. Eastern on Roku Sports Channel in the U.S.